It's time for another weekly update for Mortal Kombat 1, talking about everything from interesting things happening to some of the Cameo Fighters, Invasions mode updates, Omni-Man, more seasonal fatalities, and some criticism and features NetherRealm Studios is attempting to address. It's a big update you won't want to miss. Starting off, Ed Boon, the co-creator and game director of Mortal Kombat 1, took to Twitter asking fans of Mortal Kombat 1 what we'd like to see addressed in future updates. This tweet surrounds more of the online sides of things, and we can only hope that they are addressing other areas of the game that are clearly lacking at some point in the future. More into that later. Boon asked fans about which of the following 4 features we'd like to see come to the game next. Crossplay, an update to ranked mode that would shift to a best of 2 out of 3 format, a ping filter, and a Wi-Fi filter. While Ed Boon doesn't have any specific dates for when these features may be added to the game, the feature fans overwhelmingly requested come first was crossplay, which happened to be a component of the game that was marketed months before the game released in September, only for that feature to seemingly drop from the game's website FAQ a mere week before launch. Let's hope all these components make their way into the game, and let's face it, these features are pretty standard to debut in games supporting online multiplayer these days. That said, which features, online or not, would you like to see come to Mortal Kombat 1? Let me know in the comments. Next up, we gotta talk about the Cameo Fighters, because there has been a lot of intrigue and confusion surrounding the cameos recently. First, let's start with the confusion. Weeks ago, when we got the first Omni-Man trailer in the middle of October, we got word directly from WB themselves that Janet Cage, yeah, this Johnny Cage variant here from another timeline, was going to be part of the Combat Pack 1. You can see here in this official release from WB that Janet Cage seemingly replaced what was initially advertised as Johnny Cage. NetherRealm Studios, however, continued to release updates regarding the main roster and cameo additions from the Combat Pack, further promoting that Johnny Cage would still be present as part of the cameo roster additions. So this is a clear case of conflicting reporting here, as WB continues to promote Janet Cage, while NetherRealm Studios insists that Johnny Cage will be featured in the Combat Pack. It seems we may not ultimately know who will make their way into the game as a cameo until that cameo eventually releases for owners of the Combat Pack. But regardless, I will update you all of what comes of this. Some fans are theorizing that WB and NetherRealm Studios are clearly having communication errors, and some think that Janet Cage may simply be a cameo skin for Johnny Cage. Who knows at this point, and it is likely that NetherRealm Studios and WB are just as unsure as we are. So yeah, this is certainly a good look, right? So, I want to know from you all if you think that Janet Cage will be featured as a cameo or not in the comments. Now, in regards to the intrigue surrounding the Cameo Fighters, we have confirmation that Tremor will debut with 3 new style variations when he becomes available on November 20th, 2023. The 3 styles are Aftershock, the offense style, Metallic, the range style, and Crystalline, the support style. This is, of course, the first cameo that we are aware of that features different styles. Going further, Interloco, a prominent Mortal Kombat 1 data miner on Twitter, found some more interesting information regarding the 3 styles, indicating that there are new strings that allows players to switch to other styles mid-match. Don't pay attention to the naming of these styles, as NetherRealm Studios has since confirmed the names of these styles here. But yeah, being able to swap between offensive, ranged, and support styles on the fly, if true, makes for some incredible permutations that provide even more variation and depth to the fighting when choosing to buddy up with Tremor. The cameos that we currently have in Mortal Kombat 1 have very limited movesets, but are undeniably useful when stringing together combos and helping out the player when in a pinch. It will be interesting to see if these styles that Tremor has and the ability to string between these styles will be reflected throughout the main roster at some point, or if these styles may be part of the additional cameo roster included in the Combat Pack. It could also just indicate the uniqueness of Tremor himself, showcasing a variety of different elemental rock-based moves that he has been known to use. Definitely looking forward to trying him out for myself when Tremor becomes available on November 20th. In line with Tremor, we recently got a closer look at Omni-Man, the next main roster addition hitting Mortal Kombat 1, who will debut on November 9th. This trailer takes a closer look at Omni-Man's combos and partial moveset, of which Mortal Kombat 1 data miner Interloco on Twitter was able to unearth here. While Omni-Man's November 9th release doesn't fall that far from PlayStation Support's release schedule for the Combat Pack 1, we can use this to get a general idea that the next fighter, Quan Chi, will likely be released around December 18th next month, with the rest launching around their respective launch timeframes as well. While I know that a lot of fans are looking forward to playing as Omni-Man, will this be enough for you to continue to be excited for the game and its further content drops? Let me know in the comments, because we are about to get into more content drops, or hopefully not the lack of content drops, right now with that Halloween-themed overlay we were expecting to get for the Cage's Mansion Invasions Mode event. Thanks again to Interloco on Twitter for his continuing contributions to the data mine for Mortal Kombat 1. We have a better look at the actual file relating to the Halloween event's Cage's Mansion retheme that we expected would launch in time for Halloween. Well, Halloween has come and gone. The real question is, when will this map launch? It's in the game's files, so clearly it will launch at some point, but when? Halloween next year? Well, other important data miner, The Thinny on Twitter, states that this Halloween overlay is slated to debut with Invasions Mode Season 2, The Blood Moon, serving as its tutorial. His comment at the bottom indicates he is certain that this Cage's Mansion retheme will debut as Season 2's tutorial. So yeah, take this with heaping grains of salt, as I refuse to outright give a release date for this map until we see something a bit more concrete. But it kind of makes sense for the Cage's Mansion retheme to be the tutorial for Season 2. Remember, Cage's Mansion was the tutorial for Season 1, so this map being the tutorial for Season 2 could be a possibility here. It'll just be odd that this map themed to Halloween debuts mere weeks after Halloween passed. But yeah, let me know if you are looking forward to this second Invasion season in the comments. It will definitely provide hours of more content, but if it's as repetitive and honestly uninspiring as many players put it as Season 1, we're in for another slog. I'm looking forward to the new boards though, and heck, hopefully some of those additional modes like Test Your Strike, Sight, Luck, and the like get introduced in Season 2, as we found those modes are certainly in the game thanks to the data mining. Watch this video here on your screen for more details on all the additional modes that are actually in the game's files that are currently inaccessible. Speaking of content, we know the Halloween Fatality is here, and that it costs a ridiculous $12, nearly 1/6 the cost of the game. But did you know that, again, thanks to Interloco on Twitter, that the file in the game for this Fatality lists it as Halloween Fatality A? As Interloco puts it on Twitter, this is the Mortal Kombat 1 naming convention when there are more than one fatalities in a set, as defined by characters having a Fatality A and a Fatality B. What this could mean is that perhaps next year, there may be an additional Halloween Fatality, and yes, that could mean that it will likely cost you another $12. Considering that there will be more seasonal fatalities, with one confirmed for both Thanksgiving, Christmas, and another in July, that means that if one should buy all these seasonal fatalities, one will have spent a good amount over half of what Mortal Kombat 1 currently retails as. I don't support this, I'm just reporting it. So hopefully NetherRealm Studios considers treating us to complimentary fatalities for us supporting the game months, if not years, down the line. Make sure to watch this video going in detail over the tons of fighters we are likely to see in the second combat pack and the story expansion. And be sure to stay tuned to the channel for more updates coming to Mortal Kombat 1. Thank you all for your continued support, and I will see you real soon in the next one.